Well, this morning we're joined by Governor Gretchen Whitmer to talk about the new decisions. And first of all, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Glad to be with you.
Thank you. So we're averaging more cases per day than we were back in March. You have instituted new restrictions. Do you think these restrictions are going to be enough to slow the spread? And if not, how likely is it that we'll see more drastic measures in the weeks ahead?
Well, I hope so. We were successful in the spring because we listened to the best epidemiologists and public health experts in the nation, including our very own right here at the University of Michigan School of Public Health and Dr. Janae Caldoun and Dr. Sarah Lyon-Callow. We have great minds here in Michigan. They informed the work that we did. We saved thousands of lives, studies have shown, and our economy rebounded as one of the best in the nation. We've got to continue to follow the science. And right now, our hospitals are filling up. Our percentage of our positivity rates are through the roof. And this is a very dangerous moment. And that's why we've got to take it seriously and act urgently.
Well, we're only about a week and a half or so from Thanksgiving. And of course, after a very difficult year, people want to celebrate with their families. But the new restrictions are saying we should only congregate with perhaps one other household. What's your message to Michiganders who still plan on gathering for the holidays?
Well, and as you mentioned, the one household thing, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Right now, COVID is so prevalent across our state that if you just have a gathering of more than one household, you've increased the likelihood that someone unwittingly is carrying COVID. It's just the nature of this virus. It's not that your loved ones are bad people or can't be trusted, but if we're all not as incredibly careful as we should be, it means that we bring households together and it creates the possibility of spread. We want to have Thanksgivings going forward together. We don't want one event that we hold now to cost one of our loved ones their life. And that's why we're telling people that if you can, you should really reconsider your Thanksgiving plans and just simply hold it with your own household.
All right. Well, you've been receiving a lot of pushback from Republicans in Lansing throughout this entire pandemic. They are criticizing you now for the latest restrictions. They're no different. Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey is saying, quote, "We're disappointed that Governor Whitmer chose to go at it alone again." State Representative Mike Maddock tweeting late last night, claiming that you crossed the line and that a list of Michigan legislators are will be calling for impeachment hearings. What's your message to those legislators and their accusation that you're going it alone and didn't include them in a bipartisan solution?
Well, part of the problem throughout this pandemic has been that there's been so much partisanship around this public health crisis. COVID-19 doesn't care what political party you're in. COVID-19 is a very real and serious threat to us all. Unfortunately, while we've done a lot of outreach with the Michigan legislature, Republican leaders have shown very little seriousness around this issue. They're on a paid hunting break from now until December. We are in the worst weeks of this crisis, and some of them are on vacation, and the ones who continue to show up don't wear masks and spread COVID amongst their colleagues. They don't even know how to protect themselves. The fact of the matter is the people of Michigan need policies and a plan to get us through this crisis. And that's exactly what we have done. We've shown that when you pay attention to the epidemiologists, it works. We're going to get through this, but we've got to really all double down on our efforts for the next 3 weeks in hopes of pushing this curve down, saving lives, keeping our frontline hospital workers safe and not being inundated and overrun by COVID.
All right, Governor, we are out of time, but very quickly, do you think that your new orders will be challenged in court, and do you think they'll stand?
Of course, we're prepared for all sorts of contingencies, but we know that right now we can't worry about the politics of this subject. We have to do what we know to be the right thing and follow the experts, and that's what we are doing.
All right, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning.